What's up, y'all? Happy MLK Day. Hit the like button for me on your way in. That would be so wonderful. What's up, Cases and Cams? Hey, Stephen James. I got your message. I responded to it a little bit. Let me finish my response after this episode of Smell the Roses. I promise you I will finish responding, but I think you'd be interested in what I had to say about the beginning half of your of your message. But what's up, everybody? It's so good to see you. What's up, Highway Skinny? Highway 20 Skinny. It's been quite an eventful week for us, right? From chat to chat, from content creator to content creator. I see new people in the building. What's up? Ollie. Well, Night 32. It's good to have you in the building. You're on the vertical. It's good to see y'all. Happy MLK Day to everybody. Welcome into the garden. Please come in and sit down. I have some topics to discuss on today's Rose Report. Let me get this first video up. Let me get this first video up because this is kind of crazy, right? Like, I've been watching the news all week. I don't want to report on things that everyone else is discussing, but there are some things that we've got to talk about, okay? Because people are losing their minds out here, okay? And one of the people that is losing his mind is Don Lemon, okay? I don't know what the hell is going on with him since he's been off of, what is that? He's been off of CNN. But he has lost his mind, okay? Very, very concerning. But I hope that you all, hey, Chelsea, I hope that you all are you a vegan? I am not. I did used to be a vegan before I had my son in 2010. I was a vegan for 3 years. And when I got pregnant, I just was craving hamburgers and steaks, and I can't let it go. And even today I spent I won't even say it loud because my husband's in the other room. But when I went to the farmer's market, I got ribeyes. I got 3 of them. And I think I paid like $64 for 3 ribeyes, but they're pretty thick. And I ripped the little label off so he wouldn't know how much I paid for them. But don't tell him, okay? But anyway, what's up, y'all? It's good to see you. I am not a vegan. I'm sorry. Yes, I needed the burger. I needed some meats. Yeah, Cases and Cam. I love ribeye. It's so easy to cook. All you need is just a little bit of salt and butter in the pan with some rosemary, and a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way, but I love ribeye steaks, and we only have them like probably twice a month. It's not something that I'm cooking every week because that's a treat, you know. I was feeling myself in the grocery store today because I didn't have to buy a lot for my pantry, so I could splurge a little bit on the meats and veggies. But it's good to see you all. Yeah, my husband loves ribeye. He loves ribeye too. It's really important that you guys get the ones that are like marbleized, because you don't need a lot of butter when they're like that, because the fat in the ribeye, which is the marbleization, will coat the pan nicely. It'll provide you that buttery taste. It mixes well. It won't burn, it won't singe your meat. But anyway, okay, so Don Lemon has lost his mind, y'all. I don't know what is wrong with us. We need to mind the business that pays us. I understand that reporting on the news is the way that this man gets his money, but he just I saved mine for beef tallow. Oh yeah. That's good too. At the farmer's market, you can actually get that separately. I usually get that like when when people are sick in my house. But yeah, if you were still a vegan, what would you do? Oh, what would I do? I would have to stay. I couldn't eat with my husband and my son because they're not going to do it. Last time I had my husband on board with me, but I don't think I could get him to do that this time. I'd be all alone. I'd be eating all by myself, but I would definitely have to cook my veggies and my food separately and use different chopping boards. You can't use the same chopping boards when you are vegan with someone in your family who is not vegan. So if you're thinking of going vegan, you should invest in some new chopping boards so that there's no cross contamination. What's up, Ty Pro? What's up? Yeah, there's vegan cheese. Yeah, anyway, y'all getting me off topic. But yeah, that if y'all want to talk about like some of my recipes that I had a cashew nut roast that we did one year for Thanksgiving when we were vegan, and that was really good. I actually still make the cashew nut roast. I make that around Easter. Because the older people in my family really like it. And it's actually really good. It's really good. But I could share some recipes with you all. Oh, Highway, I didn't know that you were a vegetarian. Okay. That explains your garden. Okay. Okay, that explains a lot. Very cool. Well, it's good to see y'all. We're going to talk about Don Lemon. We're going to talk about if men can get pregnant. And no, I'm not playing. And we're going to talk about how the US is starting to trust Republicans more than Democrats. Okay, so there's going to be 2 videos that we're going to kind of review. And then I'm going to read you all an article from the Yahoo News, and then we're going to end with a funny. And I want to apologize to you all because I've been kind of flaky this week with my shows because my son had a trip out of town and he's been doing all of these activities with his friends, mostly playing Dungeons and Dragons. And that's been a lot of shuttling them back and forth to each other's houses. And so I'm looking forward to having a regular rest of the week. So I'll definitely be here at 9:00 on Wednesday. So that show will be at its regular time. If you don't know, I usually go on at 9:00 on Mondays, but since today is a holiday, I thought I'd go on early so that I can get to bed early because I have a very busy day tomorrow at work. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to let this video play. This one is about Don Lemon losing his mind, and they're about to tell you what he's done.
And we're talking about what happened at this church in St. Paul. This shows the degree to which these protests have expanded in Minneapolis. And this particular incident is now.
So I hope you all know about what's going on in Minneapolis, right? That guy, Nick Shelley, he exposed the fraud that was going on there. And now there's all these protesters. I did a video upload on Renee Good. She was a woman that was pretty much deleted by the ICE officer for attempting to evade capture. I guess they told her to leave out of the car. She wouldn't get out of the car. She started moving the car, ended up getting deleted. It later has been reported that the officer suffered internal bleeding from his brush up of the vehicle before he popped her a couple of times. I think they said he popped her in the face with his weapon. But since then, it's just been chaos. And now Don Lemon has entered the chat. And instead of using his better judgment, he's kind of like throwing fuel on the fire.
Triggering a federal investigation. A group of protesters stormed and disrupted a Sunday church service because of one of the pastor's possible connections to ICE. The U.S. Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights announced there would be a federal probe over this, writing this On X, the Civil Rights Division is investigating the potential violations of the Federal FACE Act by these people, desecrating a house of worship and interfering with Christian worshipers.
Now, as I said, Mr. Lemon was in the mix, and listen, he's going to be interviewing, I think this is the pastor of the church. And to me, it seems like Mr. Lemon is being sympathetic to the protesters and defending their First Amendment rights to come into your church and disrupt your service, y'all. I don't think the First Amendment applies to protesters going onto private property, y'all. But Mr. Lemon, the famous CNN news person, he'll be the one to let you know about that.
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
but there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though.
Do you see how he says he's being very respectful, but he just went into this man's church as he was giving service. So this man is preaching to his congregation, and Don Lemon and his flock of protesters have entered the church, interrupted the congregation's prayer session, and now he has the audacity to tell this man that he's not being rude. He's just there to it's like, are you out of your mind? Like, why couldn't you guys stay outside of the church and protest and wait for these people to finish their prayers? But you think it's okay, like, before, like, isn't the right to go to church? Isn't there a right to practice your religious freedom too? Is this what we're doing now? Do all of us have to walk around with a mini constitution in our pockets? I mean, Don Lemon, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. Like this was just like really stupid of you. And people are dragging him for filth. And I feel like it's rightful, because to do this, to bring cameras and interview this man while he's standing in the front of his church trying to hold service is just ridiculous.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
Okay, that's why we're here.
Okay.
That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
no
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
Unless you're here to worship. Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Yeah.
We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And just to get a little bit of reaction to this, y'all, we have Mr. Paul Chappell. He is going to give his retort, his condemnation, y'all, if we want to be honest. He's going to give his condemnation to this activity. He did say that this happened in Minneapolis. Again, I think he was just mistaken about that. This happened in St. Paul, which is right over there by Minneapolis, frankly. So let's listen to Mr. Chappell. I don't think it's Chappelle, but it might be. Let's listen to what he had to say here.
Today in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a group of activists led by Don Lemon stormed a Baptist church by the name of Cities Church during their worship time. They were screaming and chanting, disrupting the singing and the preaching because they suspected an ICE officer may attend the church. This is a violation of what is known as the FACE Act. And not only do we condemn this act, but tonight I want to demand that the Department of Justice investigate what took place in Minneapolis, apprehend those who broke the law, and arrest them accordingly. We must protect religious liberty in this country. As people meet to worship God, they have been given legally the right to enter, to worship, and to leave their place of worship. The Lord Jesus said, in the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. I have preached for many years that there will come a time when we'll find out who are Christians by label and by convenience, and who are Christians by conviction. And certainly we're entering those days now. I believe we should pray for this congregation, and we should be vigilant as Christians to exercise our freedom to worship our Savior and to stand unashamed for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I might add as a subnote that we welcome all branches of law enforcement to Lancaster Baptist Church. And so let us pause.
You see what's happening now? You see what's happening? Now more people are calling on law enforcement. Like, not everybody is willing to die on the Hill for this woman, Renee Good. Not everybody is on board with the fact that there's all this fraud in Minnesota. Like, people want to be able to live their lives safely. When you have agitators, or what they call protesters, coming into churches, harming, disrupting the people that are doing absolutely nothing to them. These people aren't ICE agents. These people were just in church praying, and they got interrupted by this mob of agitators because somebody in the congregation, possibly the pastor, is connected to an ICE agent. I work for the federal government. Does that make me, an affiliate of ICE just because we're both working for a federal agency? Are people going to come and accost us? I was a part of a very scary incident on Friday at work. So I don't know if you guys know, but in August of 2025, the building that I work in and buildings around me were, somebody came to our campus. They tried to get on our campus, my work campus, with like an AR-14, and so they couldn't access the campus by their car, right? And so they were made to turn around. The young man went across the street, parked nearby a CVS, and crawled onto somebody's balcony, because the CVS is like a multi-use business plaza in front of the building where I work at. And he climbed up and he put over 250 rounds of bullets into our building. Okay, this was a Friday afternoon at about 3:55, 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon that this gentleman did this. We have bullet holes still all over, probably about 4 buildings. They're still working on fixing all of the damage that he did. Law enforcement kicked in just about every door that we have on all of the floors and all of the buildings that got shot at. So there's a lot of damage, and every single day that we have to go into work, we're reminded that somebody was trying to harm people that work in public health. Okay. And on Friday afternoon, when I was at work, it's my lunch break. My teammates and we like to put together puzzles when we get bored. So we have all these different areas in our office where we're able to put together these really cool puzzles. So we'll work on them all day. You'll see random people standing by the window trying to get the puzzle done, right? And we have little contests about it. So I'm just there. I'm putting together a puzzle, and I look up because something just, something grabbed my eye. I look up. It's usually a bird. There's a hawk that comes to sit right in front of my desk, outside, of course, the window. And there were 6 SWAT team men on the roof with their guns drawn, their GUNs, their pew-pews drawn. And they were all over the roof of the same CVS where the gentleman was at when he was shooting at us in August. And when I called my boss to tell him, hey, it seems to be, SWAT team on the roof across the street from us, we should tell people to come from around the windows. there was a suspicious man on the roof again on a Friday afternoon again. You know, it's just people are it's getting crazy out here. So we really have to be careful. But to hear that Don Lemon is adding to the crazy with as much news coverage as he's done on the crazy, it's like you should be the last person to contribute to it. So it's really asinine to me that he's a person doing this kind of stuff, because you don't know you might not have bad intentions, Don, but the people that you are bringing into the church, there's no way for you to know that all of those people have the same innocent kind of, thought process that you do. So you're actually like helping people or aiding people in, or potentially aiding people in doing some harm. Okay, this was not cool at all. People should feel safe at church. And how many times have we heard about people bringing pows into churches? There have been plenty of church massacres across this country, from the Midwest to the South, Northeast. Like, come on, Don. Come on. Like that just because somebody knows somebody from ICE doesn't give you the right to go into church and confront them about it. So that just really made me mad. Hey, Wanda, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. I'm gonna copy Ali and start giving emojis to my biggest supporters, so that you guys can spam the chat with their emojis when they drop donations. I really appreciate it, Wanda. Thank you. Happy MLK Day. And I think I saw another one. Yes, by 30K. Thank you so much for the $2. He says, for the Rose Fund. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I just feel like people need to be responsible. Hey, 3 a.m. Hey, Bernard Whipple. And who else did I see? Ladybug Pratt. That's a cute name. And Batman. It's good to see you all. And Judy Horn. Hi. It's good to see y'all. Okay, so I am going to let this play.
Before we begin tonight, and have a word of prayer and ask the Lord to bless and to meet the needs in this situation.
So yeah, y'all, do y'all remember during the Iraq War? Do you remember the Iraq War in the early 2000s? What happened? We went into Iraq, and Iraq became the place where people who wanted to fight the United States from all over the world, they all went to Iraq to fight the United States. It was just a convenient location. We had troops there. We had a large presence there, and it was acceptable to fight us in the sense of that's what was happening, right? So there were groups of people, there was money, there was organization, there was coordination. I think that's what's happening in Minnesota, y'all. I think Minnesota is becoming ground zero for the not so mentally stable people. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out at some point that the mentally unstable people actually went to Minnesota in order to fight ICE. I'm doing that. I'm doing the air quotes here. I wouldn't be surprised if that is what we find out at some point. Like, oh, okay, so if this continues on, it's going to wake up, the people who are out there who are just seething at the fact that people who are in the country without permission might have to leave. They're going to wake up that thing inside of them that's not so mentally stable. And I think it's starting to wake up, and it's like, I got to get over there. I got to do something. So if the Minnesota authorities want to have any kind of semblance of normal,
you guys, don't do that. Don't risk your life and leaving your family members to go to a state that's having problems like this and try to advocate for people that are committing fraud. If they were above board and everything was as it was supposed to be, there wouldn't be these problems. And this is not a hill, frankly, I feel like any of us should want to die on. I mean, let me tell you something. Have you gotten anything free? Tell me, has anybody in the chat gotten anything free? The answer is no. You've gotten nothing for free. We have to pay our taxes. We have to pay our taxes to buy food, gas, everything is taxed here, right? We get nothing for free. Nothing. The programs that we do qualify for, they're tightening the noose on those, right? We were just talking about food stamps back in November. Now here we are in 2026. It's just the first month of the year. And now we're hearing about all this fraud in Minnesota and California. We're going to talk about that probably on Wednesday. But money is just missing. Our tax dollars, we pay our taxes into a system that's supposed to benefit us, and we're not getting anything from it. Anytime you want something, you have to jump through hoops. Meanwhile, these people are getting millions and millions and millions of dollars for these alleged businesses that are supposed to be giving money out for or programs that are supposed to be for our kids in the state, for autism, for elderly care, for transportation for these kids that have autism, or elders that need elderly care, that need to go back and forth to their appointments. We're paying our tax dollars into these programs, and they're sending this money to Somalia. That's wrong. That money is supposed to go right back into our system, and we're supposed to see it in our streets, in our school systems. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. So don't go take your butt up to Minnesota. If you don't live there, don't go there. Don't go there trying to be a hero, trying to get clout, trying to get some kind of publicity. Don Lemon, with your shady butt, trying to make yourself more relevant and ride the clout coattails of Minnesota. That's whack. You just busted up into a church acting crazy, scaring the daylights out of these people that woke up and said, I'm going to church to pray for the people that are probably getting displaced by ICE. And then here you come shoving a camera and bringing all these agitators into the church. How dare you? Shame on you. That's shameful. That does not display good leadership, Don Lemon. Again, just because you might have some righteous cause and you might want to fight it righteously and you're above board and you would never hurt anyone, that doesn't mean that the group of people behind you feel the same way. That lady, Renee Good, was out there and she was agitating the ICE people. Now, you guys, I don't feel like she should have passed away from it, but if she would have been her ass at home, finding a better, more constructive way to be helpful to the people she says she cares for, she would be here today. Just like the lady, what was her name, who was at the insurrection, who took it a step too far when the police officer told her, stop, stand back, and she decided she was going to move forward anyway, and he put her down. Your family loves you. Make it home to your family. Figure out. I was just telling y'all, writing letters to your state legislator, to your House of Representative person, those things matter. I get letters all the time where I have to move hell and high water to get answers for these people. Public policy, when you write your politicians, it actually is very effective. They have to provide a response. And those questions and those letters, they get put into a repository where we have to account for every response that we've given to the person that wrote in with a concern. Going out into the streets with pots and pans and whistles and bats is not effective. That will get you locked up, and you're not being helpful to anyone behind bars, especially 6 feet under. Who are you helpful to then? No one. So yeah, Don, this is disappointing.
Normality. They're gonna have to bring this temperature down and do something to stop these crazy protests, because again, they don't want their state to become the place to go for
Exactly.
all of these people from around the country who just want to do something. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know what you think. Do you agree with this church protest? Do you think this is the right way of going about it? Or do you think you can't go into a church? That doesn't have anything to do with your First Amendment. You can't just go wherever you want, say whatever you want. Like, that's private property. Let me know
Right.
what y'all think, y'all. Drop a comment down below. Before you do, please.
Okay, so I always do, you all, I will leave the link to this creator in my description after this episode, so that you guys can go back and give the video a like or share it with one of your family members. But please let them know, to stand down and be more effective with the way that they try to protest. There are more safer ways that you can go about protesting than showing up onto someone's private property and storming in and screaming and yelling at them. That was not cool. So I'm glad he's getting dragged. I feel like, he needs to do better. That was crazy, right? Not cool at all. But yeah, let me stop sharing this. Let's see. I think I saw Mr. Walker in the chat. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Walker? He's been a member for 5 months. If you all are not a member, please consider it. He is my friend over on SBC. I am there every other Saturday night from 8:30 until the wee hours of the morning, cutting up with my friends. You guys, if you haven't, I will also leave a link to the latest episode that I was on over on SBC, where we talk about a little bit more salacious topics, very entertaining, but also educational at the same time. So thank you, Mr. Walker. Happy MLK Day to you as well. And I see go Cree. I fell asleep on you last night, but we were tripping out. I think I fell asleep on you and Derek. But yeah, I see why Derek has that song that you have for him. Oh, good times. Go Cree is in the chat. She has she's a content creator and has a dope channel. If you guys want to laugh hysterically, go subscribe to Go Cree. Okay, she is extremely entertaining, and she's a dog and cat lover. Okay, like, how can you hate that, right? Okay, so let me share another. All right, so I wasn't joking when I said that we're going to talk about whether men can have babies or not, okay? I don't know if y'all saw this, okay, but last week, I think it was earlier last week, they have these congressional hearings every day on the Hill. Okay. And I have to watch these for work because, like I said, we get these letters that come in, and I have to know what state, what senator, what congressman these things need to be routed to, and who I need to go to provide the response. Right. And so this is crazy. I'm going to show y'all this hearing that went down last week. This is real. All right. I know y'all don't like this dude, but I kind of find his commentary hilarious. He says a lot of the things that I say as these things are happening, as I'm watching them in real time. Okay. This is a video from, I think you say his name, Osmond Gold. My son used to watch him when he was little, so he is in I subscribe to him because before my son had a phone or a tablet, he would watch YouTube on my phone, and so his stuff pops up on me a lot. I haven't Asmon. I think, right? Fulio, is that how you say it? But okay, yeah, okay, thank God, Highway Skinny. Okay, yeah. Aaron says, I like Asmongold. His home life is questionable, but I agree with a lot of his opinions. Yeah, last week, Aaron, they were telling me that he had like bugs crawling around. I had never seen that, but my son says he doesn't watch him anymore, and that's because he's not talking about gaming. He's more politics now. So this happened. We're going to watch this video from him. Y'all check this out.
Woman is. Listen to this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can...
And I did a video on him. I'm gonna, at the end of this episode, I am going to link that video that I did on him. He talks about the red pill. He wrote a book about red pill, and I'm going to link that video to this one so that after this episode, you guys can check out that video. It's kind of funny, the thumbnail that I put together on him. But he's an interesting character himself. But I feel like these questions that he was asking her were spot on, and it's just something we need to like get down to the bottom of, and we need to stop this craziness. Okay, listen to this lady, listen to the question he asks this doctor, and listen to this doctor's response.
get pregnant?
He's asking her, can men get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I
We got to get rid of these people. We got to get rid of them. This is crazy. Like, this is you've got it. This has got to stop. This is so ridiculous, so insane, so stupid. What is this? Take away our license.
Where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there.
I love watching this unravel in real time. I do. There has been nothing better than watching these people totally unravel and unwind in real time. This is embarrassing.
It is. I agree.
This is the saddest thing ever. It is.
It is. It is.
I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Right.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take.
You guys, that's my goal. That's my goal, is to get in that room. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay. I'll let you know when I start training for being on the Hill. Okay. But my goal is to make it to Washington, D.C. and go to these congressional hearings. You know, I don't know necessarily not to be a politician, but to be in the room and at the table when these conversations are happening. So I'm always looking at the people in the background. Some of them I know, some of them I don't, but that is a goal of mine in my career in policy, is to get there. Okay. Because it's important to have people like us in the room when these conversations are happening.
Here, people with many identities.
This is crazy. This is insane.
Thank you.
What is wrong with you? Back to the script? Yes.
But
Can men get pregnant?
Many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics.
I don't know how anybody can watch this and not come to the conclusion that this woman is absolutely insane and should be she should have her license taken away from her.
Yes.
Like if you think that men can get pregnant, or you can't answer this simple biological reality, you should be disbarred, or like not disbarred, but like, you know, have your license totally taken away. Like, what are we doing with this? It's
Right.
insane that this is even happening. Like, and this is the problem, is that I don't think that we are nearly aggressive enough with these people that are trying to take their weird ideology and turn it into an actual practice. Like, you have to totally destroy these people, and you have to make an example out of them too. Because if you don't do that, they will totally unravel the world
Right.
just so they can feel good or to fit in with their ideology. You can't let this happen at all.
So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I
agree.
think.
Science and evidence
doctor.
should guide medicine.
Science and
Do
evidence.
science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No.
Oh my
This is
God.
no, you don't understand. No, this is all a political tool. Oh my God.
Yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence. And I'm asking you, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And
This is, thank you. Thank you. Do you remember what I've said before about experts? I've said this over and over and over again.
Chelsea.
These people are not.
No, Chelsea. No. No. No male is able to have babies. Men are not born with uteruses. You need a uterus to carry a baby full term. When have you ever heard of a man getting pregnant? A woman who is transgender can get pregnant. A transgender woman could get pregnant, but she is not biologically a male. And that is what he's trying to get to the bottom of. And so I understand why she's playing the tiptoe game, because she doesn't want to hurt her practice, because I'm sure at her practice, she sees transgender women who are cosplaying as men. But even then, the prescriptions that she's prescribing to turn these women into have more male traits, you're never going to take away the fact that you were born with XY, or you see, like, your biology is a scientific fact. It's not, the sun comes up in the east and it sets in the west. We're never going to be able to say it starts in the north and sets in the south. Like, those are just things that don't happen. So we have to be able to acknowledge just the facts of life. The facts of life are, if you're born a male and you have sex with another male, you're not going to get pregnant, because you don't have a woman's toolbox. Like, we come with different tools. My tools are mine and his tools are his. And unless we're the opposite, bringing our tools together, I can't get pregnant. And he definitely won't get pregnant. So that is all he's trying to get her to say, is biologically, not, take your ideology out of it. Just biologically, can men get pregnant? And she just will not answer the question, which is asinine.
Not experts. Stop referring to them as experts. They are absolutely not. Who's defending her? The people that put her up there to say this shit. Absolutely. If you think that this is the truth, a lot of these weird leftist people, they do this constantly. They can't define what a woman is, but they can define what sexism is against women instantly. How does that happen?
Right.
You've been telling us that you follow, right?
Never
You're a
listen to
doctor,
experts.
and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science,
Right.
can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying.
There's no complexity. It's not complicated. It's just not.
It's not complex.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get
simple.
to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating.
Man.
It's just like,
Man.
are you serious?
She's definitely in denial. It is. This is a doctor. And I want you guys to see how bad it is. See, these are the same people that are out there repeating these same lies over and over. You got to institutionalize these people. You got to do something about them. You can't let people out here going around, this is a doctor. Where are our standards? What the hell is going on?
Right.
This is
Male,
extraordinary.
female with
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is
What you're talking, let's hear what this actually is. Oh my God.
biological.
You're not going to answer my question. it sounds like.
Biological males.
This isn't.
She's afraid of being attacked by people out in public. I know. And you have to force these people into admitting it. And I think that really the more that you press them on this, the more this will fall apart and totally unravel. This is what happens, is that these ideologies, there's a reason why the entire internet needed to be censored in order to make these ideologies able to exist. It's because the moment that even the slightest amount of logic and rationale.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Those are male emojis pregnant? Player one, did you make that? Or is that like in my emojis? Is that in my emojis? Hold on. Is there a male pregnant? Hold on. Pregnant. There is. There is. Can y'all see it? The lady is at the end, but those two look like men in there. What the hell? I never saw that. Oh, the blue one is the male. There's like a gray one that looks like a lady with short hair. Oh my goodness, y'all. I never knew that we had male emojis that were pregnant. Why do we have that? We should complain to the emoji people. Like, why are we letting them indoctrinate us with these weird ideologies? No, Cree. No, Cree, I haven't. I never paid attention to that. I picked the emojis that apply to me. I'm not getting pregnant anytime soon. And I never have conversations with my friends about males getting pregnant. You guys, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there are male pregnant emojis. Oh my gosh. That is wild. Oh my God, Player One, thank you for being a member for 1 month. I appreciate you so much, Player One. I want to work with you, but I will reach out to you at another time. But oh my goodness. And thank you, Square Biz. He says, for the collection plate, I appreciate your contribution tonight. And for everyone that is a member and a subscriber, I really appreciate all of you all being here with me while we discuss these topics. Like, what the hell? I'm sorry. I didn't. Fulio said, I am full. Okay. Maybe that's what that means. Maybe that's what that means. Maybe it just means like he's had too much beer. He has the Homer Simpson belly. Yeah, Blue. Blue says Babylon. CDT Beats. Thank you, CDT Beats. If you need beats, holler at CDT Beats. He made my intro. That song that you guys hear, that's CDT Beats. But yeah, that's out of pocket. Oh my God. Yeah, the real book said beer belly. Dad bod emoji. Hey, Meta Watch Party. dad bod emoji. Okay. I can sleep better at night thinking that that's a dad bod emoji and not a pregnant man. This lady is, she's smoking something. Fentanyl.
Reality is applied to them, they totally fall apart. They collapse.
Smart doctor, can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you.
It's so patronizing and obnoxious and annoying. Don't you just hate people like this?
I do.
They're so annoying.
They are.
I hate them.
That is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized. And
it's polarizing to talk about whether men can get pregnant or not. I'm sorry, but if you get polarized by that, you need to be in a box.
Thank you, Cree.
You need to be in a padded room.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask. I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the
That's insane. 11% is a crazy number.
FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged, and yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality.
That's
that
right.
Biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference.
This is, remember what I said before about how these people have totally replaced religion with ideology? This is their new religion. This is the reason why they can't deny it or go back on it or say anything that is counter to it at all. This is a dogmatic cult religion.
Yes, I agree with that.
Difference between biological men and biological women. I just,
how it is.
I don't know how we can take you seriously
We can't.
and your
Nobody
claims to
should
be
take this
a
person seriously.
person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I mean,
here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think
They're not. It's not complex at all. What do you mean it's complex? It's just, this is what they do. It's insane, man. She's a confused person. She is.
polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women. And I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing. That is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women.
That's another really big component he's talking about, is that if you can't define what a woman is, how can we define sexism against women? How can we define gender discrimination against women? How can we?
This is why women need to sit the F down. You guys are literally talking out of both sides of your neck. Do you want protections or not? If you want protections, then you're going to have to say what you are. You have to define it. Words mean something, people. What is a woman? And what is a man? And what makes them different? It's just that simple. That's it. Can your male cat get pregnant? Can your male dog get pregnant? Can your male dog be transgender? Where do we see these things in nature? Where do you see it? Tell me where else you see it. If you can, besides a seahorse, do not mention a seahorse to me. Where do you see it in mammals? Where do you see it? Do you see it in dolphins? Do you see it in whales? Where do you see it? Do you see it in primates? Do you see it in pigs? Tell me where you see male things getting pregnant. Tell me that. Can somebody tell me where you've come across a male species of any freaking species be pregnant. Please listen. I'll be here. I'll wait. I'll wait. Tell me where you've seen a freaking male dog get pregnant. He might have had a stomach tumor. He might have been real full, like Fulio said, but he wasn't pregnant. Was he pregnant? Man, you guys have to stop. You have to stop. Like, I get that you want to be inclusive. I do too. I hate when people feel left out. I got people in my Discord mad at me because they don't like who I bring on the panel. And all I'm trying to do is be inclusive, because I understand that there are billions of people that are watching YouTube every day, and I want everybody to feel heard and feel seen and feel important. Okay? But male things do not get pregnant. There's not one male mammal that can have a baby. You've never seen it before. And if you've never seen it before, then you have to answer the question, no. Males cannot get pregnant. If people would just stop living in this cuckoo land, it would just be easy to say. But it's because you know what it is? It's greed. It's greed. Because as long as you can make people think that they can be whatever they want to do, you can push any medication off on them. And you can start taking away the rights of the people that they actually belong to. Because now, Raquel, you're not a woman. You're not a woman. This man over here who believes he's a woman, he's more woman than you are. Hell no, he's not. No, he's not. That makes me mad, man. That really makes me mad inside. If you cannot see it in nature anywhere else, then you have to concede and say that the answer is no. And I hope that this really messes this woman's practice up. I don't wish anything harmful to happen to her, like somebody approaching her on the street or threatening her family. But if I was a straight patient that maybe had a baby through her office, I would change my doctor. She would never see me again. Transfer my records to another hospital, bitch, because you ain't playing with a full deck upstairs. That's just bottom fucking line. I'm sorry. You can't see that shit nowhere else in nature, and you sitting up here telling me that a human man can get pregnant. You are out of your fucking mind. That's crazy. I mean, oh my God. I just can't. I can't
define any of these different things that all of our laws and all of our country is built around if we can't even identify what a woman is in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And this is what these people have a problem with, is they're not even able to engage with this even in the first degree of rationality. So yeah, whenever you make your ideology your identity, you perceive every criticism as a personal attack, and you will always defy logic just so you can feel in the right. True. She just said why she's there. She doesn't want to lose patience and the money giving a logical answer. Well, again, I think that there needs to be some degree of accountability for people that are engaging with this stuff, especially if they're doctors. Because when you're a doctor, like, this is a license that's given to you by a medical board.
Right.
If a medical board is giving out licenses to people that don't know what a woman is, then at what point are they enabling malpractice?
Right.
Really?
Right.
And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science,
crazy?
To public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women.
Yep.
And I think it's
I don't think that Republicans are even remotely as aggressive against this stuff as they should be.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, I think that any of these different doctors that did any sort of intervention, like any sort of trans intervention on anybody under the age of 13, should be brought up on child mutilation or child endangerment charges. They should be totally, removed from the license.
Yes.
We should put them in jail,
Yes.
do all of this retroactively, take these people, remove their licenses as well, and then just totally scorched earth these people. Because the reality is that you can never reason with people that are brainwashed.
No.
And this is a really big mistake. 18, not 13. I think 13 is a point where everybody can agree. I think 14 to like 18, there's like some gray area, right? So like all I'm talking about are the easy wins. Okay. You want to say 18? I agree with you on 18. But the fact is that 13 and under is the easy win. And so anyway, not even close. Yeah, sure. Right. Okay, fine. 18. I don't care. Why are we even arguing about this? Doesn't matter. My point is that they need to be way more aggressive with these people, because you're never going to reason a person out of a position that they didn't reason themselves into. These people are afraid. So the only way that you can conquer that is to make them more afraid of you. And so the way that you do that is you introduce penalties, punishments, and accountability that is so brutal and so extreme that they're afraid to push this ideology on kids. They're afraid to try to change science in a way that affirms mentally ill people's gender identity. And they're afraid to try to push this on the public. That's what you have to do. You have to be aggressive. You have to go completely all the way with them. And if you don't do that, what they do is they just kind of stay in their little box and they consolidate power more and more and more and more as much as they can. And then eventually they will exercise that same power against you.
And the reason why, listen, this is what happens. One doctor doing this, making money from it, encourages other doctors to do this and make money from it. That's why you have to do what he's saying. You have to X them out. You have to get them out of the paint, take their licenses away. You don't get to be a doctor if you don't validate science. How can you be a doctor and not validate science? It's not like we're seeing this anywhere else. You don't see this in the animal kingdom. You only see this with humans that are just, pulling stuff out of the sky. Oh, I want to be an alien today. Oh, I'm purple tomorrow. Oh, I want to be a cat lady. Stop it. That shit is crazy. You're out of your mind. Everybody thinks that lady that wants to look like a cat is crazy. That's not normal. Getting plastic surgery to look like a cat. Identifying as a cat. That's mental health issues. So is this. If you can say the cat lady has a mental health issue, if BBLs are mental health issues, then a doctor not being able to say what a male or female is, or what a male or female can do, is a mental illness. How is she able to see patients and take care of them thoughtfully if she's mentally ill? This lady is sick in the head. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. Thank you for gifting One Smell the Roses membership, Frederick Coward. I love you so much. Thank you for your support. And CEO, you've been a member for 2 months, and CEO says, or the genius CEO says, we should petition Apple to remove identity flags. Wow. Wow. I wonder. I think that's a great idea. I think the pressure should come from all sides, from our emojis to our doctors, because it all matters. It's all like, if it gets in one place, it's like it's pulling the thread and everything starts to loosen. And we can't have that anymore. Like, our society is falling apart because we cannot acknowledge simple, basic science. And it's not us. Like, I'm just a lay person. I'm not a subject matter expert in science. The first thing so I work with pathologists. If you went and ate some sushi and you passed away from it, and your health department and your doctor or your health department and your hospital couldn't determine the cause of death, and they've run test after test after test after test, they're going to send your brain tissue, your heart tissue, your liver tissue, your kidney tissue. They're going to send all those tissues to where I work. Those tissues are going to come into the lab, and the lab people are going to start doing some heavy duty lab work on all of your tissues. They are going to drill it down to a science as to what it was that took you off this earth. The first thing that they determine when they get those tissues, guess what they determine? Whether you're male or female. There's no hiding it. There's no hiding it. When anthropologists are out there digging in the mud and digging in the rock and digging in the rubble, the first thing that they're able to determine from a skeleton is whether it was male or female. It's not a mystery. Certain things in a male come standard, just like certain things in a woman come standard. Pregnancy doesn't come standard on a male. It just doesn't. This woman is on fentanyl.
You have to shut them down. You totally shut them down, and you do it with literally no mercy, no recourse, no like second guessing yourself. You totally destroy them.
Oh God, Chelsea.
Extraordinary.
Yes. Right. There's probability, Chelsea. There's probability. Like it's highly unlikely that you'll ever see a natural born male get pregnant. You've never seen it before, Chelsea. You've never seen it before in anything mammal. You haven't. You come on, Chelsea. You haven't seen it. Chelsea says science isn't absolute. And you're right. There's nothing absolute, but there is something absolute. You've never seen a male pregnant before. You've never seen someone come out with their organs on the outside of their body, meaning a private part and those little two things that hang under it, have a baby. It's just never happened. That is that's a fact. That's a fact. That's just, I mean, I don't even know like how we could be arguing about this, or how this could even be something that we would argue about, or how this would be something that this doctor wouldn't even be able to answer. Thank you, Rakai, for your donation tonight. He says, wait a minute, Raquel. There is a female U.S. Supreme Court justice who could not define a woman in the context of a biological definition. This person was confirmed to sit on the bench. Yeah, that lady is playing politics. She's doing the same thing this buffoon is doing. You know why they do this? Because they get money from these transgender groups to have these stupid talking points. And that's another thing we should petition. Lobbyists shouldn't be able to buy doctors. You shouldn't be able to do that, because now you have all this asinine stupidity flying around. There's somebody with a hand up her butt puppeting her to say this. She practiced this. She knew that they were going to talk to her about this in this hearing. They're not buttering her bread. So she has no problem speaking for who butters her bread. And it's some lobbyist out there that needs a doctor that is willing to do whatever they need to do for money. She probably has student loans up the wazoo, right? And so they're like, look, man, we'll pay those student loans, and your children will be set for life if you can get up here and say men can have babies. That should be illegal. And that Supreme Court justice should be ashamed of herself. Complete dummy. Those people are bought and paid for. Those people are picked because they go along to get along. That's why the people in the room behind them, those are the people that actually know what the hell is going on. They know who's paying who to say what. That's why I want to be in there, because I want to see those people face to face. I want to see those people. It's just like, that made me mad too, Rakai. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was pissed off about that, but you know, I gotta watch myself with these with the commentary on this stuff, because like I said, I work in policy and I want to get there. I want to be on the Hill. I would like to affect change that way. Thank you for your donation. And Blue says they can't define a woman, but can define misogyny. You know, it's like, if men can be women, then you got to throw that term out the window, right? That's what I'm saying. They talk out of both sides of their neck. How is there misogyny when men can have babies? You got to throw that out the window with the baby in the bathwater. You can't have it both ways. You can't cry misogyny and then say men can do what women can do, which is have babies. Are you out of your mind? You have lost your mind. These women have lost their minds. I cannot.
I don't know why they don't do that.
You would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange, because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science.
You see, there were other doctors there to combat her stupidity who didn't take the check. Those other two women that you saw on the stage with her, they didn't take the buyout. Those are the people I want to rub elbows with. The people that actually give a damn about our society and where it's heading and where it's going, and the Constitution, trying to protect real rights of women.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing.
Holy shit. What is going on? And utter Karen annihilation. I know. What do you mean there's a gray area in 1418? I think that some people view people like teenagers, older teenagers, as having a degree of like ability to understand what they want more than like a 7-year-old, for example. But I don't think anybody under 18 needs to be having any sort of...
Yes. Yes. An OB-GYN that doesn't want, her transgender clients who come in as women pretending to be men to feel any kind of way about her, because I guarantee you her practice specializes in seeing these kind of individuals, right? She probably markets her practice to women playing transgender women that are acting or portraying themselves as men, that are having babies with their lover, their partner, their female, look, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how these people make it work, but I'm pretty sure she's marketing to that specific demographic. And then there's a lobbyist paying her to do this, to say this, to get up here on Capitol Hill and spout this stupidity. That's why things in this country take so long, because you got to cut through the minutia of this kind of stupidity. Like, It makes me so mad, y'all. I'm sorry, Rakai. Thank you for your donation. Thank you all for being here and for your donations. If you haven't hit the like button, please consider hitting the like button. It is free. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I am growing and I am appreciative of all the growth here in the garden. Okay, I'm going to let this play a little bit before I read the next article that is going to play into what this video is discussing here, because this is a very liberal woman who is likely a Democrat, because you can't really be conservative talking like this, can you? Can you do that too? I guess you can, because women love talking out of both sides of their neck.
Medical transgender interventionism, like no puberty blockers, no surgery, no anything. So it's not like I don't agree with you. I'm just saying, like, for 13 and under, that's like that's the really crazy stuff. And so, yeah. And about then, your brain isn't developed till 25. Yeah, but you can join the army at 18. So I figure if you want to go on, get surgery or whatever, that's totally fine. But anyway, let me see if I can pull out the rest of these, because yes, there has been a massive crash out for this, and they're actually falling apart trying to justify why women aren't women. Oh, here we go again. Here's another one.
Miss Verma, can men get pregnant?
Dr. Verma,
Yes.
I just want to make sure we're
Dr.
all
Verma.
addressed.
If it was up to me, not for long. Doctor.
Can men get
A
pregnant?
doctor.
As a doctor, give me your opinion. As a doctor, can men?
But you're not a doctor, right? If a man can be a woman, or if a man can get pregnant, then why can't she refer to you as Verma or whatever your name is? Why do we have to specify that you're not acting like a doctor? The audacity of her, Dr. Verna, girl. You're not acting like a doctor. You're acting like a fool. That's what she's trying to say.
And get pregnant?
Somebody's laughing.
I mean,
I'll move
Yep.
on to the next one. Is doctor.
No, you never let these people move on. You bury them. Absolutely bury them. What are
Men
you
get
doing
pregnant?
moving on?
No. I know you're a lawyer, an AG, like I was an AG. Can men get pregnant? No. Miss Verma,
No.
can
Obviously not. Obviously, you can't get pregnant if you're if you're a man. Duh. It's so obvious. Let me go and see if I can find the other comments about this, because there's been even more about this with the Supreme Court. It is insane. And yes, and they go after the kids because it makes them unstable to procreate. It's the only way they can keep their ideology alive. Well, again, like, the only problem is that I think that a lot of these conservatives, and I don't even think it's a conservative thing. I think this is just a normal people thing. I think a lot of these just straight up normal people are unwilling to be as aggressive and as hostile against this stuff as I think they need to be. And I think that's the big issue that we have now, is that basically there's no real accountability for these people. So because they don't face any accountability, they just say and do whatever the hell they want. So that's really the big problem, I think, that what happens. Let me see if I can pull up the rest of the comments about this too, because I'm
gonna stop it here. I'm gonna link his video in the description of this video. It will be there by the time we end tonight. Please go follow him, watch, his video without my commentary. Share this with people. What does your family say about this? Do you have people in your family who identify as transgender and think that men can have babies? Do you have that? So I don't know. Yeah, I thought this was. Yes, Nevin, this is what we're talking about today. I'm sorry, son. You just go ahead and take Winnie out because he's ready to go outside. Thank you. I love you. Sorry, guys. My son is like, what? Men can't have babies? And my son is 15 years old. Okay. But yeah, you're in America, and America has afforded you the right to believe anything you want to believe. But just because it's your belief, it doesn't mean that your belief should infringe on my rights as a woman. Believe what you want to believe. Just don't infringe on my rights as a woman. you know. Okay, so now I'm going to share this screen with you all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this screen here, my goodness. This poll from Yahoo News, okay? And I think that what we just watched has a big to do as to why this happened. But there's a new poll going out that says Americans trust Republicans, which was the man that we were just watching asking fake Dr. Verna, allegedly she's a doctor, asking her, he was a Republican, okay? And it says that Americans trust Republicans over Democrats on most major issues in Congress. Okay, listen to this. In the 2026 midterms might not bring the blue wave that many on the left are hoping for. That is, if the results of the new poll are any indication. The new Wall Street Journal poll published this weekend shows Americans believe congressional Republicans are best able to address most major issues, from immigration to the economy, rather than Democrats. The poll found Americans believe the GOP is the better equipped party to handle border security by a whopping 28-point margin. Okay, so it was 48% to 20. Republicans had an 11-point advantage on immigration as well. Those were two dominant issues for Republicans, but respondents gave them the edge on a handful of other topics as well, including the economy and inflation, tariffs, foreign policy, and the Russia-Ukraine war. Democrats did have advantages on vaccine policy and healthcare, which I appreciated, right? I do think that there are some things that I'm very conservative about, and then there are other things that I don't quite align with the conservatives on, and vaccine policy is one of them. Like right now, there were a lot of changes to the vaccine schedule for children. A lot of people were crying about that in November and October because they are changing the shots that they will be giving to newborns. And a lot of doctors feel like that is going to have an adverse effect. And we're going to be seeing more things in later years. Like we probably won't see it, year 1 through 5, but year 1 through 5 through 10, we'll start to see the adverse effects of what they did to this vaccine schedule. Okay. But whatever, still on the generic congressional ballot, the Dems had a 47-43 edge on Republicans, despite the public siding with the GOP on many individual issues. Let's see. So President Donald Trump is handling the economy. Okay, so despite not loving how President Donald Trump is handling the economy, still these people believe his party is the better party to handle it. The poll found Trump's approval rating was 45%, down 1% from its last poll, and his disapproval rating was still at 54%. Okay, so people aren't quite happy with his administration, but they're feeling the Republicans more than they had been on other things. So yeah, that I wanted y'all to see that. And it's gonna start leaning more that way if Democrats don't stop people like Dr. Verna from getting up there speaking out of both sides of her neck. It's like we're gonna have to agree that just certain things should not be touched, changed, or altered. A woman is a woman and a man is a man. Okay? All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this. I just wanted y'all to see that, and I'm going to link this in the description as well. There were other things here I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to hold off on those until Wednesday's show. So yeah, let me pull this down and stop sharing. Okay, so hold on 1 second. My hubby came home and now the TV is loud and I don't want y'all to hear the TV. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. And I do have on soft pants. So y'all don't tease me, okay? It's my day off and I'm wearing my Adidas soft pants. I don't know if y'all can see them, but yeah, I got my soft pants on. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know. You can wear your soft pants in the house. Anyway, okay. All right. So let me put this back up here because I'm going to have to link it in the description later. All right. So I went on a tirade and I gave y'all my opinion on what the hell is going on in the world today. Let's see, Raquel. I like this look. It's giving young Faith Evans realness. Aw, thank you. I love Faith Evans back in the day with a little swoop. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just need to be like vibing. Like, remember how she used to just be like this in every video? She was just so gangster. She never like danced or nothing. She just did the little bop like that. What's up, Emmanuel? It's good to see you. Yes, soft pants, go cree soft pants. Okay, so we talked about Don Lemon's crazy behind. We talked about can men get pregnant. We talked about how the U.S. is starting to trust Republicans more. You know, I would love to hear what you guys think, you know, if you're on the playback. You know, what do you think is going on with this, you know, Don Lemon? Do you think it was right that he brought in those protesters or agitators into the church to confront the pastor for knowing somebody from ICE? And do you think men can get pregnant? And are you one of these people that are starting to trust the Republicans more? I would love to know that. If you're watching on the playback, please put some of those answers in the chat for me. It's a safe space. Like, we are all entitled to our own opinions, and I'm not mad at anybody. You know, we all have our own opinions, and nothing is right or wrong. It's just some things are highly probable and highly unlikely. Okay. I think it's highly unlikely that you'll ever see a person born a male with men or with a man's body part and male reproductive organs have a baby. I've never seen that in any other animal, and I don't think any other mammal. Okay. I understand that seahorses have babies. I get that. I'm talking about mammals. Have you ever heard of a male dolphin have a baby? If you have, please link that research study in my chat. I will read it and we'll discuss it. But yeah, so, and I didn't want to keep this super long because I do have to cook dinner, and I really do have to cook dinner. I won't be like the pick me girl yesterday on Fatty's channel that said she had to cook dinner and then she went over to another podcast. Maybe she was talking about like cooking verbally. I don't know. It just, yeah. But no, I really have to cook. I'm making chili tonight. Chili for tomorrow's lunch, and then grouper and green beans and potatoes for tonight's dinner. So I'm batch cooking. So I really have to get that done because my son is starting track. Y'all pray for me. I'm going to be a track mom. I've never been a track mom. I've been a swim mom for the past 5 years, 6 years. So I'm going to be a track mom. And I'm very excited about this. I'm going to have all the track mom gear, and I'm going to be out there screaming for my baby. I might change the time of my show. It just depends on how long these track meets run. I know swim meets can run really long. I don't think that track meets run as long as swim meets run, but anyway, yeah, I'm going to be a track mom. Chelsea, I'll need pointers. I don't really know much about track. I'm learning. I'll be learning. So whatever y'all can teach me about track, I will definitely, I'm all open to hear what I need to do. But I'll tell y'all what he's running and how this works out for me. But I did have a funny video to cover with you all before we leave tonight. If you guys want to hang around for like 3 more minutes, let me stop sharing this and present this screen. This, I love Roy Wood Jr. I love him to death. I love him down. Okay. He is so funny to me. I wish I could play his Comedy Central stuff, but I can't because I'll get copyright. I'll get in trouble. But this one is so funny. I've listened to it twice. And I want y'all to hear it. I really feel like laughter is the medicine that we all need to kind of deal with Don Lemon, men getting pregnant, and, the world leaning more into a conservative way than what I've been. I've always been kind of like, I lean towards the left, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to lean to the right or the left. And this is the right. I don't know, but I'm coping. I'm sure we all are, right? No, I'm not going to the I will not be at the track meets in soft pants. Okay. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there after work. So I'll be in my work clothes, likely freezing my butt off. But, Project Leroy says, Don Lemon doesn't belong in our algorithms. I hear you, but I just could not believe that he was being the leader of that a woman just got put down, and you're going to bust up into a church, a holy place, and be such a brat. Like, that really pissed me off with Don Lemon. You're supposed to show better leadership skills than that, but I feel you. I feel you, Project Leroy. No more Don Lemon. No more Don Lemon. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so let me let this play for y'all. Okay, here we go. So this is Roy Wood Jr. It's a prank phone call, and it's called Emmett's Uncle. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, let me speak to Mary.
This Mary.
This is Leo Devlin, baby. I'm Emmett Uncle. The boy that's dating your daughter.
Yeah, what's up?
LaQuanda. Yeah, you need to come. You need to call your daughter and talk to her.
Well, where's my daughter at?
She back there at my brother's house now. She get to talking shit to me. I almost had to hit her ass. I had to leave him cool off, baby. Now you need
What's she talking shit to you for?
You need to raise your daughter better. I come over there to visit Emmett. And your daughter all up in there with her leg all up against the boy. They on the couch. And I asked your daughter, I said, I told her ass, I said, look, you need to get your leg up off my nephew there. That's just not polite. That's not ladylike in front of folk. And your daughter, she got on this little tight black sweatsuit or whatever, and she got this all unzipped down in the front and the breast meat coming all out the front. And I said, young lady, could you zip that up? And she gonna tell me to mind my business. And that's when I almost had to go off on her ass, because I told him about bringing these skeezers in off the street.
Now, how did you get my number and how did you get my name?
Well, baby, I got all that from her, because I told her I was gonna call you and give you some straightening too before I give her some straightening. That's why I had to leave the house.
Let me give you some straightening. If you hold on a minute, my daughter is far from being a skeezer. I don't know who Emmett is and who you are.
That's who they started dating.
What you say your name is?
My name, Leo Devlin. Get it right.
Leo Devlin. Don't you never call here no motherfucking more.
Baby, don't you hang up on me.
It's nothing but a respectable young lady. Understand?
Baby, she got her hair cut like a lesbian, too. I told her that.
Don't make me whoever you are fuck you up now.
Baby, don't get
I'm not lying.
Your daughter's a skeezer and all them other ones, too. A Bassett and a Crumber and Maya. Whatever them little names is, you got all them kids. Is they all by the same?
Yes, they all are by the same man, Leo. Leo, you done fucked up when you fuck with my children, understand?
Well, baby, you get
Whoever the fuck Emmett is, you got to say. Well, but don't say a motherfucking thing about my children, understand?
It ain't my fault you raised a skeezer.
Your mama had a skeezer, and you're a skeezer man.
Your daughter was bent over the arm of that couch. I bet you that much.
I bet you she was.
I bet you she was. Bet 50.
You got the wrong family.
I got the pictures, nigga.
You's a damn lie. You don't got nothing.
I got the
pictures. My daughter ain't like that. My daughter just graduated from college, fool.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. I'm thinking she's talking about she started her new job on Monday. I said, where, at the chicken place?
Mr. Man, don't do that. You know, you kind of upsetting me because I'm just going to have to find you and fuck you up. Where are you anyway?
Baby, I'm on my way back into town now. If you want to meet me downtown.
Yeah, you from the motherfucking country. You talking about you back round to the town. You are a stupid son of a bitch.
You don't want me to go to the trunk, baby. I got something that'll make you act right.
Well, I can go in the house.
I got something that'll make you act right. I call it TD Jakes because it make you see
good.
Jesus.
I am a loose woman, so I will loosen your ass up and stop fucking with me and my children.
Woman, thou art loosed and thou...
Yes, man, woman, I am loose.
Your face gonna be loose after I jaw it.
Get the fuck up, talk to me. What do you want anyway?
Meet me at the radio station because this is a prank phone call. What's going on, Mary? How you doing today? Sweetie, this is comedian Roy Wood Jr. Your daughter put us up to prank.
Oh, they let me hear this stuff on the computer the other day, and I was just listening like, what in the world? And then I let you did me like that.
Well, look, thank you a lot, sweetheart.
All right.
You have a good one.
I love these prank calls. They just really brighten up my day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if y'all feel tortured by them, but they just really put a smile on my face. I want y'all to smile too. Yeah, that's crazy. But let me go back to this comment here. She been pranking us, okay? The potato lady has been pranking us, and we're not gonna do that, okay? We're not gonna do that because we don't want her to get her husband on us, right? So we will not be doing that, Emmanuel, okay? We will not be doing that. I'm so messy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was funny. Yeah. Meta watch party. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me, okay? Oh my God. I'm trying to keep it positive over here. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to keep my channel. It's growing. I'm having so much fun with y'all. You guys are teaching me so much. My public speaking is getting so much better at work. I get so much compliments on, my little presentations. So you all are definitely making me a better orator. Winston, please. No, mommy, no, mommy, no. Mommy said no. Sit down. Oh my God. I need to be like Go Cree and keep biscuits at my desk so I can throw them and get him away from me. But it's time for me to feed my family and feed my dog. And I love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me shout out to everybody that supported the show tonight. 30K UVL, thank you so much for my Rose Fund donation. Wanda, thanks for sending me the super sticker. You are awesome. Mr. Walker, you've been a member for 5 months. I hope that you are enjoying your membership. Square Biz, thank you so much for my collection plate money. I appreciate you. Player One came in the building and just rocked my world with that emoji. I had no idea there was a pregnant emoji man, but apparently that's just a dad bod. So that's what we're running with for now. We will be offering a petition to Apple to get rid of it or at least to clarify it. Okay. When we type in dad bod, that should be the emoji that pops up, right? The Real Books, you've been a member for 4 months and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Frederick Howard gifted a membership. If you got a membership from Frederick, I hope you said thank you. And Rakai Media, so awesome to have you here. Thank you for your donation. Blue, thank you. And Rakai, thank you. Thank you all for your donations tonight. I didn't want to keep you all too long. On Wednesday, we'll have more fun. I know that I said I was going to be doing videos on Saturday. I think I'm going to make those civics topics video uploads instead of live shows. My son is going to be doing track on Saturdays, so that's going to take away from my time at home in the office to go live. So I think I'm going to make those video uploads, but I'm still trying to figure that out. This is going to be his second week of practice, so work with me, okay? But I appreciate all of you guys for coming to hang out in the garden with me. And Scola, the controller, he says, Mrs. Rose, let that chili marinate some. Yeah. So I make it at night. You know, I taste it, and I don't put it in their lunches until the morning. Hopefully this chili will last until about Wednesday. I can feed the hubby and the kid for 3 days, and keep them from going to Chick-fil-A or American Deli for lunch, right? I'm trying to get them to eat healthier. Pray for me, okay? Because my husband, he wants to eat snacks late at night, and no, they're not healthy. We need to curb that snacking at night, and hopefully he won't be in the chili, too much. and I can keep it. I can stretch it until Wednesday, but no lemonade in the garden. I love lemonade. I like Arnold Palmer's, like a little lemonade with a little sweet tea. Ooh, it's so good. I love that. But anyway, I love you all so much. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Love each other. Be sweet to one another. I'll catch you on these YouTube streets. And until Wednesday, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Okay? Chili gonna be gone before Wednesday. Stop it, Project Leroy. I'm doing 2 pounds. I'm doing 2 pounds. It should be able to feed them, right? 2 pounds of chili? Come on, Project Leroy. Don't stress me out. That stresses me out. I can't be batch cooking 3 and 4 times a week for these fools so that they have lunch, man. Y'all need to curb your greediness, okay? Help your wives out, okay? We're tired. We're tired. All right. What about country time? No country time lemonade. I don't like country time. I don't like it. I don't like that brand. I like Simply Lemonade. I like that one. Yeah, chili with rice. Yes, and cornbread. That will be their lunch. A little cornbread, a little rice, and some chili to fill them up, right? So hopefully that will stretch it. I'm not listening to you. Oh, no more Dawn lemonade either. I feel you. Okay. I heard you, Project Leroy. I heard you. Project Leroy is the boss around here. So I hear you, Project. I'm not going no more Dawn lemon. But I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, okay? Bye-bye. See y'all in the Discord. I'll be on Discord before bed tonight. And Stephen James, I will be responding to the rest of that message, okay? All right. Bye, y'all.